Man, oh man, what even happened here yesterday? Storm absolutely thumped the Sharks 54 to 10. What do they say? What do they say? Don't say it, don't say it. Sharks can't win the comp now. They conceded 50. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What about some of the good teams, the amazing teams on paper, just getting hammered this year and struggling in a lot of certain times? And Sharks seem to be getting away with some wins here and there, but the last few weeks have been pretty bad. And people will now turn straight to the attention of, will Hines make Origin? And my general thoughts on this fact is, yes, we love him in fantasy. He got 62 in this game somehow. Somehow. He played so bad, unfortunately. As much as we love him, he played terrible, and got a little bit lucky with some turnover tackles and sort of some offloads that he got away, but ended up being turnovers. Like their player, the Sharks player, touched it, which led to a try. Some decisions, stuff like that. So he ended up getting obviously a good score in fantasy because he gets involved in everything, but he had a poor one. And to be honest, I don't think he's played that great since that Cowboys game where they thumped the Cowboys. The first few games he came back from his injury, he dominated. He looked incredible, and the Sharks were completely on the front foot. But against some of the better teams, he hasn't played very well. What all it does is just makes me worry that can he deliver that in the Origin arena in a must-win game. That's all it is. And I think he's definitely going to get there at some point. I'm not sure if it's this year. So, as a fantasy perspective, we want him in our side, obviously. I want him to be playing in round 16 rather than in the Origin camp. But, yeah, depending on however it works, I think it'll be him, Hines, or Reynolds. I think Luai will stay. He'll keep that spot. I doubt they would pick Walker coming off a bit of a quad strain, considering he didn't get to play in this one. That's probably how they'll like it. But yeah, I just don't know how Hines does it, to be honest. 62 in this game where they got absolutely thumped. The ball was hardly in play, given that Storm had the ball at all times. Hines was, they were defending. Thankfully, only one miss for him, but yeah, that was that. So let's turn our attention to some of the big scorers in this game. This game was obviously a shocker from my side, given Hines as captain, they got absolutely thumped, and I had tacklebot Trent Leoro, who didn't get to tackle all game. So yeah, one of those things. Harry Grant, basically all the Origin guys came back with a bang, and you see Munster here. He was really low early on, and he absolutely dominated from there with a 78. Harry Grant with the 91 as well. We said that these one-off rounds are going to be the ones where you need big scores from those Origin guys if you are to hold them, because you're going to miss them for 13, 16, 19. At minimum. And then the backup games usually aren't going to be as good, which is what we saw with Grant and Haas. But you've obviously been rewarded, thankfully, with these massive scores from them at 93 and 91. The People squad this week is absolutely killing it, having both of them, Garrick, Ponga? Not sure. But yeah, absolutely killing it. So well done to all those guys. Whoever's held those people over the last bunch of weeks, you've absolutely smashed me this week. I'm just hoping to stick in the top 100, to be honest. If I can do that with 4 players today, currently sitting in the 140s, then that would be good. But I think I think our people squad is going to beat me by about 120, 130 or something like that. So yeah, crazy week. But Harry in this one, 2 tries. 24 tackles, all I need to do. Still missed 3, but 2 offloads there, 7 tackle breaks, 200 meters gain was terrific. He loves a negative, doesn't he? Still 3 missed tackles, 2 errors, and 2 penalties. So, but to come out with the try assist, 2 tries in that one, and kill it was amazing. Munster the 78, awesome work from him. He's getting closer to becoming a buy, obviously. He's only priced about that 50 odd, and he had a high break even coming into this one as well with his low score last week. For those who grabbed Hughes last week, I saw there was a few, and potentially a couple this week as well. You grabbed a 66, which is awesome. And all you hope there is that the Storm boys come into their own a bit and play some much better footy consistently, and then Hughes will get those good scores there. Obviously, he had 4 line break assists, 2 try assists, and a try in this one, which helped him get to a massive score there of 66. Good to see Nelson Asofa Solomona come back with a vengeance there, 64 in his 63 minutes, going out to the right edge when Eli Katoa went down. So for anyone that owns Eli, my condolences go out to you. That was a tough one. He almost scored as many points as Leoro in 10 minutes compared to his 80. Woohoo. But yeah, Katoa would have scored a try in this one. That try that Josh King went, and he went the length of the field, I'd say that was likely to be like an Eli Katoa try. It was, one or two people in, but still, yeah, that's the try you kind of was expecting him to get at some point. But Nelson was massive with 12 tackle busts there and 2 line breaks. So thankfully for him, looks like his ribs were okay in this one. We spoke about Hines, Tui Kamakamika there with 61. He got a try as well and a try assist. So a massive game for him. Just a couple of negatives there. Nick Meaney, the 9 goals was huge there, and the try saver with 5 tackle breaks. So he, basically with the line break and the try saver there, with the goals, got a much better score than he did last week with all the craziness in attacking stats that he got in that week there. So yeah, awesome from Meaney in that one. What about Christian Welch with 6 offloads in this one for 52 with a sin bin as well? So yeah, he ended up. It looks like he would likely be okay given he did have legs on the ground, like he had feet, his toes and his knees were on the ground, so he was sliding and it did end up in an unlucky situation. But I don't believe that's the clear hip drop. The hip drop's where you put all of your body weight and have your feet up in the air, all of your body weight pulling down, whereas he had his legs on the ground. He was just sliding with him and just ended up in a bad position, in my opinion, but I'm not sure how they ruled that one. Raymond Smith had a 50. King, basically all the Storm guys were going to kill it unless they were just a tackle bot in the middle, like a Trent, of course. Ronaldo got his try and try assist, so he had a solid game in amongst all the crap from the Sharkies there. Wilton with a try early on helped him to a 43, but 4 missed tackles and not a lot going on from him. Nakora, anyone who decided to bring him in, he had 6 missed tackles and a sin bin, so not the best one, but see, he still would have ended up with a 50 if he didn't get sent to the bin right at the end there. So frustrating for owners. I saw a few people bring him in. There was obviously a few guys, him, Bateman, Isaiah Papali'i. If you went for Nakora in this one, you obviously lost by about, 15 to 20, depending on which guy you selected in your side. Hopefully we get some updates very soon. I can't believe that first game just never updates. It's so weird, but every other game does. And then the Saturday ones were a bit late. Yeah, they were pretty late in the morning, actually. McInnes back with 41 minutes for 34 points. This is the minutes we'll expect from him. Surprisingly, 4 missed tackles, but it was just all happening in the middle there. Nothing game from him. Talakai, 32. Really not much else to say is there with Trent Leora getting the 23 in this one. 16 tackles for 1 miss. He had an error and a penalty, so not great on that front, but 110 meters, about what you'd expect when they have plenty of ball. Only the 1 tackle break, and this is the kind of one I was hoping that he would be able to get some type of attacking stats, get a try. I was hoping, I was like, how do you play so long next to Munster and not get anything? Sometimes he gets kind of close to making a break, but he doesn't have that leg speed, doesn't have the evasion ability to get through. This is a bit of a shocker from him. 23 kind of hurt my team, obviously. I had a lot of good scores this week. No massive ones, no Hasses, no Grants, no Ponga, those type of players there. Johnson being my highest for the year. Trent, for the week, sorry. Trent, the 23 kind of hurt that a little bit with Hines as captain. Thankfully got updated to 62, but not ideal. Trenny there, we're going to have to hold, obviously, into next week. I traded out Lukey, needed to even field a 17 this week. So Trent's going to be my second back rower. And I suppose I can thank the lucky stars that it wasn't Katoa getting the head knock and having to miss next week. So, we'll take it. Hopefully it's a closer game next week without Munster, without Grant, without these types of guys, and he can just tackle Body's way to 40 tackles again and a 40-odd score. That's the hope with him. And the big loss, obviously, Katoa with 8. Obviously, he's doing okay until that point. And then Jesse Ramian with 17 in his 80 minutes. So, probably lucky to not have more negatives than this, but only 67 run meters, which was expected for any outside back. For the Sharkies there, Kennedy had 122 run meters, Moylan there 32, Sione Katoa with 37. So you can see that it got pretty bad on that right side with Katoa with 7 in the 80 minutes, and then Ramian with 17. So let's hope for us that are going to be bringing in Penasini. That's what I will be doing this afternoon. For my second trade, it'll be Lukey and Dylan Brown for Moses and also Penasini, just because I need the extra center with Billy Smith going down for next week anyway. So Ramian was the other option and just an unlucky one. As I said, if you bought in Nikora, it was an unlucky one, as well as Jesse Ramian in this one. So we're hoping that Hines doesn't make Origin, and if he doesn't, we're in good stead. If he does, then it is what it is, and we'll have to go from there. Hopefully, if he does make Origin, then Mitch Moses doesn't. So that's where we're at the moment. Good luck tonight, guys, and I wish all the best for you. And obviously, if you have more than a few players like myself, hopefully we do make some ranks, and I get back into that top 100 just.